2 for 1 today. Not only did you get me and Big O, now you're getting the pick'ems with reason from Finside the NFL. What is up, football fans? Yes, week 2 is starting up tomorrow. So I got my boy Reason on. We are going to pick the games. A lot of you guys like the concept that I came up with having different people on as guests to help me go through the picks. This week is Reason. Next week is going to be Jason Sarney, my man, my brother from another mother. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lineup. I have a lot of people that I want to start getting on the channel. And they don't have to be Dolphin fans. So if you know anybody that you would like me to bring on that they might not be a Dolphin fan, they might be a Patriot fan, they might be a Bills fan, a Giants fan, whatever, let me know. But other than that, let's jump into me and Reason breaking down and picking these games. Got the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with great production value on his show. Got my man Reason on the picks this week. How you doing, bud?
What's going on, brother? Thanks for having me.
No problem. This is gonna be fun.
Shout out to all our degenerate gamblers out there.
we're helping you out here. Gonna help. So yeah, same thing like last week. We're gonna pick and then we're gonna talk about the spread, see if that really affects it. We're gonna go through each game. This time though, you got something that Smoke didn't have, where we kind of have an idea of these teams because they already played. So it's gonna be interesting. But we'll start with tomorrow's game, which is the Thursday night game. Chargers taking on the Chiefs. 1-0 versus 1-0. Chiefs had a bigger win than the Chargers did. What's your thoughts on this game?
Dude, this is the game of the week, I think. And isn't it? It's only available on Amazon Prime, right?
I hate that.
It's not on.
I hate that.
It's not
so
on regular
much.
TV, right?
Yeah, and we're gonna have to deal with that with the Dolphins and the Bengals. I hate that so much.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Okay, cool. Well, at least we can stream it in our background, right? Honestly, this is gonna be clearly a shootout. I know last December, Kansas City won the last matchup by only 6 points too, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Mahomes.
Okay.
Because honestly, and Dolphin fans might not like this, that offense looks a little bit more diverse and opened up now, doesn't it? Right? He was the number 1 quarterback in the league throwing at the line of scrimmage last year, and that's where a lot of the balls that Tyreek was catching were at. And I don't know, man. I like that, but I'm gonna be the first to say this. I don't know if you saw it, Doug. Justin Herbert was slinging the rock in week 1.
Holy crap! That pass into double coverage.
Oh, with the 2 guys underneath to the backs turned to the ball, and did you see the fluid? How he the great pocket? He stepped up to it and sidearm slinged it too. Yeah. I was like, oh my god, things you just can't teach. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Man, this is really a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with Kansas City. I'm gonna go with the home field advantage.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going Chiefs as well. Now they're giving 3.5 to the Chargers. Does that change? Would you go with the spread?
No.
You'd still go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I would take the Chiefs against that spread.
Gotcha. Yeah, might come down to a touchdown.
I think it's a field goal, and you cover.
True. Next one, we got the Jets taking on the Browns, which I'm surprised. I will say this.
Jacoby.
I did not think Jacoby Brissett was going to do as well as he did against the Panthers. I thought the Panthers were going to win that game. The Jets actually did worse than I thought. I thought they were going to put up a fight against the Ravens. I'm taking the Browns in this one. I just think that the Jets are just they're not there yet. Did you hear what the Jets head coach said? Now I'm in Jersey, so I've heard it. Did you hear what the Jets head coach said?
What, Saleh? No, I didn't hear.
He said he's keeping receipts of everyone talking negative about the Jets in the media. And
where's he going to store them? Because it might not be in the coach's desk, in the Jets locker room, because he might be out of a job after this year. Dude, honestly, I think who's going to stop Nick Chubb?
Oh yeah. Holy
You know
crap.
what I mean? The guy averaged 6.4 yards per carry last week, and he didn't even get a touchdown. Dude, I just think I don't think they're as complete. Now, I will say this. Their young corner tandem, they only allowed what was it, like 1 reception for like 8 yards
Mhm.
last week or something like that. Sauce looked pretty good. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to stop that run game. I mean, Cleveland all day. And I'm going to tell you this much, okay? They better get it done after putting that freaking elf in the middle of the field. All right. That's all I got to say.
I don't know why they went back to that.
Bro, put a dog pound face out there. Like, what are we
Put the
doing?
bone and everything. Like, what are
Yeah,
you
like say that for the Christmas weekend. I don't know what you're doing.
Next one, we got the Commanders heading to Detroit, who actually put up a fight against the Eagles. What are you thinking about this one?
Dude, I was really impressed by not only Carson Wentz, but Jahan Dotson in week 1.
Yeah.
They're a pretty good team, especially when they get Brian Robinson back, who got shot in a couple weeks. They're gonna be scary. You know what, dude? Honestly, too, the Lions put up a fight, like you said. You know that, like DeAndre Swift, 144 yards, 15 carries. Dude, and Ross St. Brown had like his first drop of his career, but he still had 12. He still had 84 yards and a touchdown. I'm gonna go with the Commanders because it seems like, dude, Carson Wentz showed you something in that offense, but is he fool's gold? I don't know, but I'm going to go with the Commanders on this one.
I'm actually going Detroit with this one. I like their fight back, and I think especially because they're home, they're given 2.5, so I don't think the spread really matters. I think either or, like if you're picking either or, you're going against the spread. But I'm going to go against the Lions just because they're home. I like them home. I like them home against this one. Then we have the Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts tied with the Houston Texans. What the flip? I thought the Jaguars were going to win that game. They ended up losing their game. What's your thoughts on this one between the Colts and the Jaguars?
Brother, did you see the video of Trevor Lawrence's motivational speech before they went on the field?
Oh my God, no.
Bro, this guy couldn't motivate me to make a sandwich. All right. Like, it was brutal. You know what? I'm going to go. I think the Colts are a more complete team. Jonathan Taylor, as everyone knows, there was 3 players in the 2020 draft I was banging the table for: Tua Tagovailoa, Tristan Wirfs, and Jonathan Taylor. And when everyone said, "Hey, you can't catch a football, you shouldn't take him in the first round," I laughed. I like the Colts offense, man. I think Matt Ryan, I think you're going to get the best out of his twilight years with the Colts. I'm taking the Colts in this one to put a win on the board next to their tie. Tell me you're taking Jacksonville. Go ahead. Tell me, Doug.
Jags are given 4, but I don't think the Colts have ever won in Jacksonville.
Yeah, wasn't it the last time in Jacksonville they lost like 25-11?
Yeah, I'm going Jacksonville. Like Screw it.
This guy's riding it, eh? All right, let's go.
Tampa heading to New Orleans. New Orleans swept Tampa last year. New Orleans given 3 too. I want to go with the Saints in this one, but the Bucs are just the better team right now. So I'm going Tampa Bay. I think they get off that little skid they've been on against the Saints. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I remember they only beat them like 9-0 last time too, right? Dude, weren't you impressed with Julio?
Yeah,
wow. I mean, just give this guy more weapons. That's all he needs. Right. I'm with you. I'm taking the Bucs on this one. But man, I mean, every time we count Jameis Winston out, he pulls out a dub. But I'm with you. I'm going the Bucs on this one, even though me and you are definitely going against the historical odds here.
You can't see, but I'm eating the W on my hand right now from Jameis Winston. Yeah, you just gotta go with Tampa on that one. Then we got the Panthers taking on the Giants. I'm surprised the Giants beat the Titans. It was close, but Saquon Barkley went off.
Wow, bro! 164 yards, like 9.1 yards per carry. He was ridiculous. Dude, I was actually sad for Baker. I wanted Baker Mayfield to beat the Browns
that revenge
so bad.
game.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to. But, like, how disappointing was McCaffrey? 10 carries for 33 yards. And, like, it was nothing to write home about. This is a tough one. I'm going to take...
Panthers are giving 2.5, too, if that makes anything different. It probably won't. I'm
going to take Carolina. I think, I know Jacoby Brissett was playing, but let's be honest, Cleveland's a better team with Jacoby Brissett than the New York Giants right now. So, the Giants snuck one out because Dabble showed a pair, what? And, it took a monster performance by Saquon Barkley. And I take back everything I said about him not being the same guy the last 2 years. Yeah, I'm going to go Carolina.
Yeah, same here. They should. I feel like the refs also kind of ruined that Panthers Browns game as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Carolina in this one. I think Baker's gonna have a bounce back game. Then we have the 0-1 Patriots taking on those 1-0 Steelers. 5 turnovers against Joe Burrow. I didn't pick up that Steelers defense in fantasy, but that's just because I'm a big idiot. Steelers are giving 2. They're the home team. That really doesn't matter to me because it's such a small margin. I'm going Steelers in this one. The Patriots don't have an offense, so I'm going with the Steelers in that defense. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think Steelers will probably win like 14-10 if anything. So I'm going with the Steelers.
I agree with you. That defense, did you see the picture of Jamar Chase giving the double birds to Minka? I don't know if you saw that. And Minka had a good game too, right? I listen, I don't believe in Mitch Trubisky, but I believe in that defense, like you said. If they gave Joe Burrow and that offense those type of issues, they got a better offensive line, they got better weapons, they got a better running game, and they got a better quarterback. I'm 110% in agreement with you. If they can do that to Burrow in that offense, what can they do to that inept Patriots offense? But I will say, I was reading today that apparently they're expecting more reps for Bourne. I guess he was in the doghouse because he's showing up late to meetings and stuff like that. So,
oh, wow.
But again, he doesn't move the needle, right? So unless Damian Harris or Ramondre Stevenson have a ridiculous day, I'm 110% with you. I think the Steelers.
Then we have the Falcons. They got to take it on the Rams. The Falcons, jeez. They're like a toddler. They're just a choking hazard at all times. What is going on with the Falcons? And the Rams, I don't know. Yes, the Bills took advantage of what was given to them. Not knocking the Bills, but if you look at that game and said, the Rams are good, it's just the Bills are better, you're blind. The Rams looked like trash. This is a hard game for me to pick. The Rams,
really?
Rams are actually giving 10.5. I don't know. I'm picking the Rams. I can't see the Falcons.
With the spread, would you take them on that spread too? Because we're just going straight pick 'em, so the spread doesn't matter really if you think about it. But I don't know if I'd touch that 10.5 spread.
It's so dangerous. The Falcons are.
Because you know what, bro? I think they're lying to us. I think there's something. Come on, man. You can't come away with what he looked like last year and then look at that one game and say Stafford's elbow's right.
Right.
You just can't. It looks like he's destined for Tommy John or at least being shut down. Come on, man. His arm. And another thing, you know how people were ripping on Allen Robinson?
Mm-hmm.
You go back and you watch the film, Alvin Robinson was actually open a lot. And Stafford just wasn't looking his way. I don't know if you saw the memes going on Twitter. I mean, he's really only looking at Higbee and Cooper Kupp, right?
Yeah. Cooper Kupp a lot. A lot.
Dude, in that offense, man. I'm gonna tell you, you know how mad I was? I had a 4-pick parlay, $10 paid like 846, and it was Isaiah McKenzie, Gabe Davis, Cooper Kupp, and Darrell Henderson anytime TDs.
Oh my god.
And I didn't get the Darrell Henderson, man. And I could have swore I thought they were gonna punch one in, but that's another thing, right? To beat the Buffalo Bills, and Dolphin fans will learn this. The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
Keep them off the field.
Yeah.
Right? And tire out their defense so you can keep coming out there and keeping them on the field. I think the Rams are gonna. I think the Rams are gonna give them the work. I think they'll get back to it. And I think their running game will be pretty dominant. So I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one.
Next one we have is a surprising 1-0 Seahawks taking on a surprising 0-1 49ers. I did not expect the 49ers to lose to the Bears, and I did not expect the Seahawks to beat the Broncos. Russell Wilson did not look too great. We'll talk about that when we get to the Broncos game. But I'm still going to go with the 49ers. I don't, obviously, as us as Dolphin fans, we don't want the 49ers to win. But I'm going 49ers. Even with them giving 9, I think they're going to kind of get off that snide. But I will say this. That offense doesn't look too great without Mike McDaniel there. I'm just saying.
No, Trey Lance, we were talking before we started recording. Mike Martz gave him the absolute work. Elijah Mitchell is now out for a couple of months. I'm taking Geno Smith over Trey Lance, and I'm probably taking Rashard Penny over whatever they got. I love Debo, but I'm taking DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, over Debo and Brandon Ayuk. And I'll take Kittle over Will Dissly, but I'm gonna go. Apparently I don't know, is Jamal Adams, he's hurt, right, too?
That man's always hurt.
Yeah, no way. I'm gonna take the Seahawks, man. I think Denver's a much better team than the 49ers right now.
And it works too because the 49ers are giving 9.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a great pick. Write that one down, people. Then we have the Bengals taking on the Cowboys. Cincinnati just barely losing even after 5 turnovers, and the Cowboys getting completely demolished and losing their quarterback for a few weeks. What's your thoughts on this one?
Who's starting? Is it going to be Cooper Rush? Like, do we know? Is it going to be Will Grier or Cooper Rush? I was a big Will Grier fan of him coming out of West Virginia. So just so everyone knows, when he made that big throw. When he made that big throw against Texas, I was like, that is to the back of the end zone. I'm like, that is a big boy throw. Bengals are favored by 8, right? Too. Yeah.
8.5.
Bengals. Yeah. Bengals get right. I mean, are we really going to expect? What are they going to do? They're going to limit the offense for the quarterback, and they're going to try and ride the shoulders of Zeke.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one.
Yeah, the Bengals just. The fact that they were able to fight back with how many turnovers they did, 100%. I'm going with the Bengals as well. Cowboys, and it's not even just Dak, but before Dak's injury, they're like wide receivers were all banged up. They had, one person really to throw to. So yeah, I'm going to Cincinnati there. Speaking of Russell Wilson, like I talked about before, we have the 0-1 Texans taking on the Denver Broncos. Both teams have not gotten a win, and again, Russell Wilson didn't look too good. He underthrew Jerry Jeudy, who then ended up taking it on his own for the touchdown. He almost threw an interception, like a badly placed ball. What's your thoughts on this one? Is it an as easy pick as it is on the spread? Because the Broncos are given 10.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans against that spread all day.
Right.
I was a huge Davis Mills fan coming out of Stanford. I actually had him ranked higher on my big board than Mac Jones. I think, everyone knows, there's 2 legitimate quarterback whisperers I love, and it's Darrell Bevell and it's Pep Hamilton. And what Pep Hamilton has done with Davis Mills, I actually think this is going to be an upset. I'm taking the Houston Texans to win outright. I think Davis Mills is going to emerge as one of the better quarterbacks in last year's draft class this year. And did you see him last weekend? Like, he was the only reason they were in that game. And you know what, dude, can I say this? Is it time to talk about Russell Wilson being out of the top 10 rankings in the NFL as a quarterback? Because he hasn't been to a Super Bowl since the Legion of Doom. And everyone wants to say Tua, he's only won because of his defense. Well, I present to you Russell Wilson. And then, he hasn't been in the MVP conversation since, remember that first half he had, was that 2019?
Yeah.
When he went off in 2019, that first half. So he hasn't been in the MVP conversation for 3 years. I mean, he's got pretty much a better offense than what he had in Seattle. And I agree with you, bro. I was so super I thought he was going to hear the boo birds, and he was going to go off, And I just didn't see it. So I'm taking Texans against the spread, and I'm taking them as my upset of the week.
The spread, 100%. I'm taking the Texans. I think regardless, it's going to be a close game. Denver home, though, that Mile High just does something to a team. I think I'm going to pick the Broncos, but I'm going with the Texans with the spread. I think it's going to be a close game, and that 9 can definitely. But like you said, it could be the upset of the week, especially the way the Texans have been playing. Could be definitely. Cardinals at Raiders. Both teams, Cardinals. Their defense gave up 44 points, so I don't know about that. But the Raiders actually had a decent fight against the Chargers. Raiders are actually giving 5.5. I'm going with the Raiders in this one. I don't know. That Cardinals defense isn't as great as I thought it was going to be, so I'm going Raiders both.
And I'm a Kyler Murray guy, and I didn't even think Kyler Murray looked that impressive at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I'm going with the Raiders. I think Derek Carr is sneakily a top 12 quarterback in the league. Devontae Adams is just a monster.
Oh my God. He was their offense last week.
Ridiculous, eh? So I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna take the Raiders. I agree with you, man. From Kyler to that defense, I was so underwhelmed by Arizona. Especially remember last year, that hot start is what got them to the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And just didn't see it. Just didn't look like the same team. So I agree with you. I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Then speaking of Devontae Adams, we got the Chicago Bears 1-0 heading to Lambeau to take on the Packers, who I don't know how many years in a row it's been where the Packers look garbage week 1 and then they go on like a 14-game win streak where Aaron Rodgers is like, oh yeah, the season started. Let me throw 4 touchdowns a game and not throw an interception for the rest of the season. Packers are given 10. I'm going with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers said it himself. He owns the Bears.
I'm taking the spread.
So you're going to take the Bears in the spread?
No, I'm taking the Packers on the spread. Yeah. I think they beat them 30. They beat them by 15 last time they met in December last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Aaron's going to go out there, and because we all know what the media was saying about him.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So I think he's going to go out there, and I think guys like Alan Lazard are going to have a good game, and you might see either Romeo Doubs or Christian Watkins make some plays, but I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go off. And like you said, he owns them, and it's at Lambeau.
Yeah.
Good luck. And honestly, Justin Fields, that first week performance, no thank you.
And it's the Sunday night game. Like,
yeah.
Why would they make this the Sunday night game?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go from, honestly, and I'm not even being biased, we probably would have been the best option for that Sunday night game. I was going
to say that too.
Especially after last year, right?
Right.
And you're using the Chargers and Chiefs on Thursday.
It's not a good Sunday night game.
It's not, because we all know the outcome.
Better one that they could have put.
They could have done us and the Ravens or the Bucks and the Saints probably.
Yeah, or even the Steelers and the Patriots. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we got 2 Monday night games, and one of them being the Titans heading to Buffalo to take on the Bills. The Bills have not done well the past few years against the Tennessee Titans, and the Titans dropped a big one, missing a field goal against the New York Giants. Derrick Henry, again, just completely carried that team. Buffalo's giving 10. I think the Bills are just going to completely destroy the Tennessee Titans. I'd love to be surprised, and I'd love to be the Bills and their fans, no offense, to be brought down to earth, because they're on it's not even just them. Everyone and their mother thinks that the Bills are unstoppable. Like
Josh Allen looks like he's going to flirt with an MVP year. I mean, back after those we talked about earlier about impressive comebacks. I mean, what they did against the Rams. I mean, I'm on record saying, and I'll say it here, they have 4 turnovers against us. We will beat them in Miami. I believe that. But I agree with you. I think they're going to clean up the turnovers, and I think at home, in front of that crowd, I think they're going to give the Titans the work.
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to beat the Titans down. As much as I'd like the Titans to beat the Bills, I think it'll be like a 40-20 win, because the only reason they get 20 points is at some point the Bills just take out their starters.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, if the Bills 4 turnovers, Dolphins defense always takes turnovers and turns them into points. So yeah, I agree 100%. And then the last.
And now, hey, can I say this?
Yeah.
Now we got an offense that, hey, even if it's not a touchdown, at least we're getting field goals out of drives. So
eating up yardage, eating up time.
Didn't you notice that was the one thing on Sunday was, okay, even on drives where we didn't score, we weren't just 3 and out and giving the ball right back. Like we were still taking time off.
One, if not 2 3 and outs. Other than that, starting on our own 5, our own 8, our own 18, just moving the ball consistently down the field, eating up time. Yeah. My dad even looked at me while we were live streaming. He goes, "God damn, it's the 3rd, 4th quarter already?" I'm like,
Yeah.
We're eating up the clock. We're doing
Because
what we need to
let's be
do.
honest, I know there's apologists out there that don't want to hear it, but under Flores, there's a tons of times where we pin back inside the 10, 15, and we'd be 3-and-out right away.
Hmm.
And then we'd get good field position and they'd put points on the board, either a field goal or a touchdown right away. So
Other Monday night game, Minnesota Vikings taking on the
good
Philadelphia
one.
Eagles. I didn't look up this spread because I'm a big dumb, but I'll let you talk about it while I look up the spread. What's your thoughts on this game?
I got the spread here at like 2.5 for the Eagles.
Oh, that's not bad.
Dude, I was actually now I know he didn't throw a touchdown, but I was actually impressed by Jalen Hurts' accuracy in week
Mhm.
one. H.A. Brown, bro. Holy.
What a trade for the Eagles.
And I'm gonna say it, hey, I was wrong about Jamar Chase. He's better than I thought he'd be. But Justin Jefferson, like I said when he was coming up,
Oh
is
my
the
God.
best receiver out of the two of them. Like, oh
How
my
many
God.
yards did he have? Like 400?
Last week, yeah, he had what, 184.
He just
He
kept
averaged,
catching touchdowns.
dude, he averaged 20.44 yards per reception, bro.
That-
And Kirk, we had this conversation. Remember on that roundtable we did, right? The regular season roundtable. Man, I think especially in our fan base, people really sleep on how good Kirk Cousins is, man.
Yeah,
This
when
guy
you're
threw for
picking
over
those
4.
games.
Oh yeah, the guy threw for over 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions last year, and threw for over 4,200 yards the year before. Like, I'm going with the Vikings because you know what, dude? I think they got the belief in that locker room
Mhm.
after beating Green Bay.
Yeah, and the way they beat Green Bay, they only
Yeah.
allowed 7 points, and I don't know if the Eagles' defense can stop Justin Jefferson, Thielen, Cook. I'm
Yeah.
agreeing with you. I'm taking the Vikings in that one, and then the final one we're going to talk about is our game. Again, if you want my prediction on this game, you gotta watch Friday's video. But you got the Miami Dolphins 1-0 taking on the Baltimore Ravens. What's your thoughts? And if you were waiting to do your pick on your video, we could just talk about the game. What's your thoughts on this game?
Well, when we did the round table, I told everyone we were going to lose.
Does you still think
Right?
that way?
Well, I thought we were going to win. I thought we win week 1,
Mm-hmm.
lose week 2 because of the whole revenge thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I thought we were going to win week 3 and week 4. So I still have us coming on 3.
They just lost.
Dude.
Will Fuller is going to IR for the Ravens, their corner. So
What a surprise, eh?
Mhm.
Dude. Oh no, sorry. Well, the corner, right?
Yeah.
My bad. I apologize. I heard the name and I reacted.
But also, Juwan
Um,
James is going to IR for them as well. But that one's not
That's
surprising.
tough. That's tough. See, what worries me is that they figured out the zero blitz by the end of the game. If you look at the fourth quarter, remember they started to figure out with screens, quick slants, and they really started to, but it was too little too late, right?
Yeah.
The revenge aspect worries me, Doug, of like, Harbaugh is one of the pettiest coaches in the NFL,
Mhm.
and they circled this date, and I just don't have a good feeling about this. And aren't we we're pretty historically bad in Baltimore too?
I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna
You know
have
what I
to look
mean?
that up.
Like, I don't know, man. I got a bad feeling about this one. My heart says Dolphins win. My mind says that the Baltimore Ravens win.
It's a tough one. The Ravens are giving 3.5. It's not as much as you would think. Like I thought it would be a little higher, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from because we embarrassed them on national TV, and we had like what 2 wins at that point. So yeah,
That's what started off our streak, right?
the Texans game started off the streak.
Yeah.
So they were like the very next one where everyone's like, "Oh, the Dolphins are gonna get mollywopped," and we controlled that game from start to end. So we will see how this all pans out. But Bud, it was great having you on. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Finside the NFL on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter at @the_real_reason, and we just launched FinsideTheNFL.com, and we're pretty proud of the merch shop we got over there because it's not just for Finside the NFL fans, it's for Dolphin fans. It's multiple different player merchandise and stuff like that. Go check it out, FinsideTheNFL.com, and appreciate you having me on, Doug. Always a good time, brother.
No problem, man.